The goddess's heart sank. You, Callisto? She asked. Of all my followers, you broke your vow? I didn't mean to, Callisto said. A tear rolled down her cheek. Who was it? Artemis demanded. A handsome warrior? A smooth-talking hero? My brother Apollo? Oh no, please tell me it wasn't him. It it was you, Callisto wailed. Artemis stared at her. Run that by me again? Callisto told her the story of how Zeus had appeared to her in Artemis's form. The goddess burned with rage. She wanted to throttle her father Zeus, but there's only so much you can do when your dad is the king of the universe. She looked at Callisto and shook her head in pity. You were my favorite, Artemis said. If you'd come to me immediately, I could have helped you. I would have found you a rich, handsome husband and let you settle into a new life in the city of your choice. I would have allowed you to retire from the hunt with honor. You could have gone in peace. Zeus's assault was not your fault. Callisto sobbed. But I didn't want to lose you. I wanted to stay. Artemis felt her heart was breaking, but she couldn't show it. She had rules about her followers. She couldn't allow those rules to be broken, not even by her best friend. Callisto, your crime was keeping the secret from me. You dishonored me and your sisters of the hunt by not being honest. You defiled our company of maidens with you not being a maiden yourself. That I cannot forgive. But, Artemis! No more talk. Artemis pointed at Callisto, and the young lady began to change. She grew in size. Her limbs became shorter and thicker. Her clothes, which had helped her hide their condition, became a suffocating, thick brown coat of fur. Callisto turned into a brown bear. When she tried to talk, she could only roar. Go now, Artemis said, trying not to cry. Your new shape will remind you that you can never be in my sight. If I see you again, I must kill you. Leave! Callisto bounded away through the woods. She gave birth to a human son named Arcas, who returned to the world of mortals and eventually became a king. But soon after, poor Callisto was killed by hunters. Zeus felt some remorse. He turned Callisto into a constellation, Ursa Major, or the Big Bear, as if that could help make up for ruining her life. Kinda strange. After the incident with Callisto, Artemis's next two best friends were both guys. I'm not sure why. Maybe she figured they couldn't hurt her any worse than Callisto did. Or if they did, at least she wouldn't be surprised, since guys were naturally jerks. Or maybe she was just trying to prove to herself that she would never go back down on her vow of maidenhood, even with the most interesting guy she could find. Her first male friend was Orion, who had a shady past. For one thing, he was a giant. But he was short for a giant, maybe 7 feet tall, and he looked humanoid enough that he could almost pass for a mortal. For a long time he worked for the king of Chios as the royal hunter. Then Orion got in a little trouble with the king's daughter. When the king found out, he had Orion blinded with a searing hot iron. Then he kicked him out of his kingdom. Orion stumbled around Greece until he happened to run into the blacksmith god Hephaestus. Orion told him his tragic story. The giant sounded genuinely sorry, so Hephaestus, who knew a lot about tragedy and second chances, designed mechanical eyes that allowed Orion to see again. Orion retired to Delos, where he met Artemis. She thought he was a nice enough guy. He didn't try to hide his past crimes. He also had incredible hunting skills. His years of blindness had sharpened his other senses, and his mechanical eyes gave him all sorts of cool night vision targeting abilities. He became the first male ever to join the Hunters of Artemis.